If I'm being honest with myself, I really am my own worst enemy. And I know I'm no greater or better or worse than anyone else. I am my greatest enemy. So I'm reading, I'm studying for the Series 65. And remember, I said I was going to bring you on the journey. I'm being more deliberate right now because I really I don't believe people believe that there is one singular purpose for me doing this. Well, one singular purpose with many benefits. My greatest goal um, is to help people become successful. Now, this is not for people who are already successful. This is not people. This is not for people who have been working on the job for 35 years, own a lot of property, and they're in the fraternity, and you guys are all friends, and you guys are living it. No, I'm talking about average folk like me that came from the projects. We didn't go to fraternities. We didn't join certain groups. This is just for us average folks. Not for you guys who are so enlightened that you really feel like you got it all figured out. And anything that's going wrong is somebody else's fault. It's not because you don't have the information. It's not because you don't know what you don't know. It's the government's fault, white man's fault, black man's fault. Nobody knows how to work together. This, that, whatever. But I digress. But years ago, I said I was going to take you on a journey. I'm really going to take you on a journey. If you go back and look at any of the Facebook posts or any of the YouTube posts, it has all been a journey to help you understand what it takes to succeed. I haven't done any of the things that could help me. I haven't done any huge search engine optimization, trying to find, diversifying, which I probably should be doing. People have told me I should do. No, I really want people to pay attention to the journey. I'm studying the 65 right now to become an investment advisor, which is so far from where I came from. If you've listened to any of this, you know how far away this is from who I started off being when I was a kid. And as I'm reading this thing, you start getting so comfortable with the answers that you want to stop midstream and just give the answer. And I look at my impatience. So instead of reading the whole answer, I shoot myself in the foot and push the answer and it's wrong. And I noticed that the lesson is not only to absorb the material, which I believe I'm doing a pretty good job absorbing the material, but it's also a lesson of patience and prudence. Of killing the ego. There's so many lessons to be learned when you are striving or growing into something, evolving, some people would say, into something greater than when you started. Evolving. You want to be greater than what you started. Well, not everybody wants to do that, right? Some people are really content with the idea of being very simple, very targeted, and not really overturning the apple cart, right? In other words, let me have my job for X amount of years. Just leave me alone. Let me pay off my house. Let me raise my kids. Whatever I have left, that's what I'm going to live on. I'll donate to the church. I'll do some nonprofit work. Most people don't know everything that I do. I'm going to help a few people here and there. That is an admirable way of living your life. Those people I'm not talking to either. Great job. I'm talking to the disruptors. The ones who understand that if we don't disrupt the system, that the system will be overtaken by people who have a selfish need of feeding their flesh. I'm talking to the people who understand that you need to make a radical change in yourself to be able to make a radical change in life. Not everyone is called to be radical. So this is in no way, fashion, or form a call to people who are happy being who they are. Be who you are. No one can judge you one way or the other. But for those who have a seed on the inside of them to be a disruptor, you have to deal with the insufficiencies in yourself. I do. I have weaknesses and tendencies in my thought process and in my physical being that I must conquer to be an excellent disruptor. Must. And I intend to do it before I pass away into the everlasting life. Man, I should have ended right there. But there's more. 8 minutes. Okay. I think I got to keep these down to about 12 minutes. I'm trying to figure out how long. We're still in the test mode with the broadcast, by the way. I'm not sure I can do 1 hour sessions with people. I don't think they pay attention to them. So as I study, I recognize that I shoot myself in the foot. That listen, the language was not created for someone like me, my background, that sort of thing. But if a person can be dropped in the middle of Japan like my son, or China, or wherever, and learn a completely different language in the span of a very short period of time, but my son is brilliant though. But even still, if you can learn, if you can be dropped in the middle of something, they call it full immersion, and you can learn it, then there's no reason why you can't take some material and learn that and fully immerse yourself in that material, unless you're not willing to yield your ego. That's me. I'm working on yielding my ego so that I can be a better student of the materials that I'm studying, so that I can get the end result that God has placed on my heart to get. I got to work on that. So do you. And again, I'm not talking to those who aren't called to be disruptors because I'm a disruptor. I'm not a big disruptor. I'm a disruptor without making, in other words, I'm not, in on stage and cameras and lights and all this stuff. But for the few that watch these things, my guys in Kenya, the young folks that I know, well, they're not young anymore, but the young folks that I met years ago in Ghana, and the few of you that listened here in the United States. Don't look at experience as failure. I think we have to consider experience just that. It's just an experience. Because you have so many more years if you don't give up. It doesn't mean that you don't understand. It just means that you haven't translated your understanding to a completed process yet. It takes admitting or actually seeing in yourself what needs to be changed so that you can receive the information that's necessary for you to accomplish the goal. I wouldn't look down on myself because I'm having experiences. In fact, and this is where I'll close, I would only look down on myself if I dared to give up on myself.